I know during the Dentali and Kate Hall grudge match, that was pretty hilarious to watch. Kate took the whole Doug course. She had copious notes on it, and then she absolutely wrecked Dentali. So that was some good advertising for Upswing. I don't know how Daniel would feel listening to Doug's voice for that many hours. I don't think he could do it.
No, he wouldn't do it. Lurky Longtime asks, how high is the rake in this match? It's actually 0 rake. They're giving it back to the players. WSOP is. So yeah, this is a 0 rake challenge. Check down pot on the left, and Doug's gonna put in the first post flop bet. Quick call from Daniel. Doug wins with a king that he turned.
What's Fold with a good question here, talking about the EV of Daniel's career. If this match could actually have been smart for him, even if he loses a lot of money, to improve his game in the future and potentially win some more bracelets. He's lost a bunch heads up for bracelets, so I'd have to think that getting really deep into heads up for a month straight with good coaches will help him in the long run.
Yeah, most certainly. We see an overbet from Doug here on the right. Yeah, just on that, just being a good heads up player makes you a much, much better poker player overall. It's a very technical game, requires a really, really in-depth knowledge of it. And a lot of people who play heads up tend to be really good at other game types too. So yeah, this is definitely going to be good for Daniel's career, win or lose. And he can definitely afford to lose anyway. See what Doug decides to do after overbetting the turn here. He jams all in for 3x pot. That's almost 4x pot. Wow, let's see what Daniel decides to do. Yeah, 3x pot. Not almost 4x pot at all. That's a very large bet.
I'm going to say at the stakes that I play, this would be for value about 1,000% of the time.
Indeed. This could be a cookie jar situation, though, like someone just suggested.
I just want to speculate what kind of hands would do this. Like, would 6-3 do this, knowing he has to turn his pair into a bluff where he has blockers to the nuts? Like, what kind of hands do this?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, you almost certainly want to have you're going to want to have a blocker of some kind. You know, whether it be like blocking the pair that you think is important to block, because maybe you want to block certain 2 pairs. So, for example, like having a hand like 5-6 here could make sense because you block the hand, the exact, yeah, exactly. So we see a Doug scoop a big pot here. Daniel, that's a really, really tough spot for Daniel in the river. But that exact situation, when you have 5-6 in Doug's spot, you block a hand like King 5, a river 2 pair, and that's sort of the most risk. That's like the most likely hand that he could have. That's very strong that will call you. So you'd probably want to have a hand like 5-6 there, and you block the straight with a hand like that as well.
I mean, that was awesome. How does Doug know he can get paid there? That's just incredible.